what you call it, bro? Charleston White believes Dirk is gonna get out. Um, if you ask me, gang, I think that nigga is toast, bro. And I'm not even saying that because I got nothing against Dirk, bro. I fuck with Dirk and his music and all that shit heavy, but bro, like I'm not some delusional nigga, bro. Number one, you going up against the feds. They got credit card statements. They got motherfucking cell phone, text messages, calls, the whole nine. Yo, they have everything against this nigga. They got witnesses, snitches. Yeah, okay, bro. Okay. Shit, bro. They got intent. They got everything, bro. And mind you, they got two of the best lawyers in the country on the case, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's definitely gonna take a bag for this nigga to even fight the case, win or lose. But let's see how the case started out, though. See what's going on.
For the Lil Durk trial. The three defendants at trial are obviously opening statements for the Lil Durk trial. The three defendants at trial are obviously Durk, Didi, and Brown Eyes. Brown Eyes is one of the shooters. Three confirmed snitches are OTF Vani, OTF Jam, and Flocka. His subscriber now, let's go. There's the
Jam, got out
legendary
that
Brian Steele
jam.
walking in this morning. Shout out all the reporters that are there in person. Taylor says prosecution opening statements. During opening statements, the prosecution laid out its case against Dirk, Banks, and his alleged orchestration of the killing of Quando Rondo. Kayvon Grant, or Vonnie, who pled guilty, is testifying for the prosecution and was described as Banks'
Oh, he
personal
pleaded.
assistant arranging guns and cars on Banks' behalf. Prosecution said Banks was consumed with getting revenge against Quando for the murder of King Von. Those involved, including Keith Jones, or Flocka, who is testifying for the defense, and David Lindsay, or Brown Eyes, were flown into San Diego on August 18, 2022. Wait, Keith Jones is cooperating with the feds. I don't know why she said he's testifying for the defense. He's confirmed cooperating with the feds. Flocka. Mel tweeted out, confirmed cooperating
Number one,
witnesses. OTF Jam, obviously we all know that. Kayvon Grant or
two,
Vonnie.
three.
And Keith Jones, Flocka. All three have pled guilty and will testify. So Brown Eyes and Flocka were flown into San Diego on the promise they would be paid for killing Rondo. Prosecution called the case both revenge and reward, describing the morning of August 18th as frantic in nature. The group traveled with only the shirts on their backs. People laughed at
Yo,
me
here's
saying,
my
"Wait, so they
thing though,
brought no
bro.
luggage?"
Here's my thing. Like, y'all gotta understand the feds. They didn't pull that shit out their ass. Like, where y'all think that they got that information from, bro? Niggas left paper trail of all of this shit, bro. And somebody died. So now it's a federal crime because you flew from Chicago to LA and somebody died. Y'all killed somebody. And then they got paper trail that y'all was
That's
toast,
kind of
nigga.
what that means, right? They were in the
Yeah, nigga.
airport. They have footage of them in the airport. They do. I guess they have no luggage. Prosecution's trying to say
Shit.
like they didn't even come prepared for a
Do
trip.
they?
Like they came to only kill someone.
I don't want to speculate. Do they have footage? Did he say that they do or hold on?
They were in the airport. They have footage of them in the airport. They
I
do.
mean,
I
obviously
guess
they
they have
would.
no luggage.
Obviously
Prosecution's
they
trying to
would.
say like they
Yeah,
didn't even
tell me,
come
bro.
prepared for a trip. Like they came to only kill someone. August 18th and 19th, two white sedans with tinted windows, one rented and one stolen, allegedly stalked Quando Rondo before he was targeted at a gas station. August
And who you think the rental was in? Who you think the rental? His name is under OTF.
19th, 18 bullets were fired. Wait, on August 18th,
And I'm not making that up either.
they were stalking him too? I think I remember that. So the day before they were out hunting too, apparently. I think I remember seeing that. 18 bullets were fired. Three shooters were dressed in black and wearing ski masks. So the shooters, I believe, are, I know Brown Eyes is a confirmed shooter, David Lindsay. I can't
That
remember who the
motherfucker
other two shooters
switched
were off
too.
the top of my head. I'm not going to say and be wrong. Everything I'm saying is alleged, by the way. The prosecution, this is their theory. Just want to clarify. Prosecution alleged Banks was at a rental home waiting for updates by phone. GPS data from their rental car allegedly show it traveling to Banks' rental home multiple times over the 2 days. The rental car
Alleged nigga. You read that shit. Read it again.
multiple times over the 2 days. GPS data from their rental car allegedly show it traveling to Banks' rental home multiple times over the 2 days.
All right. So for those of y'all niggas out there that want to be delusional and shit, look, the GPS data from the car itself was traveling back and forth between the rental home that was rented by Dirk multiple times over the 2 days. In that same car was at the scene Caught on camera. Niggas hopping out, switching down the same SUV, the black truck that Lil Pop got killed in. With the same niggas on camera doing the same shit, the same niggas that left the airport and rented the same car. They pulled up to the same store that they and like, bro, they like everything, bro. I just hope that shit was registering. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna keep going. Like, what I said, that shit should download.
The rental car they say that was out stalking Quando Rondo is going to a house Dirk was living at, pretty much. That's not good for the jury to hear. But keep in mind, this is opening statement, so it's not anything they say is not meant to be evidence. It's just opening. Prosecution also alleged Banks later tried to flee the country and ran from the FBI. Defense contradicted this. Shout out Michael Blackshire
Bro,
on Twitter.
evidence
He
or
said,
not, bro, that I'm just pointing out how stupid this shit is, bro. I'm like, regardless, this shit could be used as evidence, admitted. This shit is just stupid, bro.
there's one black juror, a black woman. And I think there was like
Oh no.
5 white people and 5 Latino and then 1 Asian. If I think that's what I remember someone else tweeted. All right, defense opening statements. The defense argued Banks was not the leader and said the evidence will show he wanted to uplift others and provide opportunities. They told the jury that the history leading up to the murder goes long before the prosecution wants the jury to know, highlighting that Kayvon Grant, or Vonnie, and Davon Bennett, nicknamed King Von, were cousins and extremely close. It detailed that Grant managed King Von's finances, lived with him, and the two even shared a bank account. Hold on.
Bro, you gotta
Vonnie
understand, like, two things could be true at once, bro. He could still want to uplift each other, uplift others and provide opportunities and still orchestrate this shit at the same time, bro. You know what I'm saying?
was this close. He was a cousin, and he out here ratting. I'm just kidding. That's what people are going to say. That's crazy. Defense reiterated multiple times the two were close as could be and said Grant was there when his cousin was shot in 2020. Defense said one of King Von's final words to Grant was, "Why did you let me get shot?" Oh my God.
That's
Rest in
facts.
peace, King Von, man. That's some crazy
Yeah,
shit.
long live
They
King
agree
Von.
with the prosecution that this murder was driven by a need for revenge, but Grant enacted that revenge, not Banks. But they stated that text and messages the prosecution would show as evidence was taken out of context. They highlighted that Banks was not a leader. They further said people did not even listen to him. Wait, not even listen to Dirk? Come on, bro. That's kind of
That's the
funny. Like,
defense. I'm
Dirk's not a leader of OTF. No one even listened to
That's
his
the
orders
defense,
or
bro.
anything. The defense said that Banks was a successful,
Yeah.
well known face, which is why prosecution was looking to blame him. When Grant was approached as a search warrant was being executed at his home, the defense stated a light bulb came on. They said Grant told officials whose credit card was used, alleging Grant knowingly used the company card and turned it on Banks when he was pressed. The defense said it was confident it will prove to the jury that Grant was the mind behind the operation. I'm trying to find exact quotes on what everyone has said. The
Wait, does
defense said
this
that
sound
Grant
like
was the
what I
mind
think it
behind the
sounds
operation.
like? The defense said it is confident it will prove to the jury that Grant was the mind behind the operation. Okay, so let's throw Grant under the bus. Expect Grant not to rat. Okay. All right. That's yeah, that makes perfect sense.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
find exact quotes on what everyone
Yeah.
has said. The defense said in opening, the prosecution mentioned during their opening statement that Casey, or Jam, is a killer. He's also desperate. Goldberg said. Goldberg is one of Dirk's lawyers. She did the opening statements. Holy shit. So it sounds like Jam is going to admit he killed people. OTF Jam was interviewed by law enforcement 30 times. What? This is just next level snitching right here, boys. Holy shit. We agree that it was a tragedy that Mr. Robinson, or Lil Pab, was killed that day. Mr. Banks was not there. He was not connected to it, Goldberg said during defense. Lil Pab's family is there. It's obviously clear that he was not there. He was living in Encino with his wife. He was living in LA because he's a performer. You will hear from Kayvon Grant, OTF Vonnie. He will testify he was Mr. Banks' personal assistant. He was the guy who did everything. He booked the rental car. He put the fake license plate on. He bought ski masks, Goldberg said during the opening statements. Yeah, they have footage of OTF Vonnie buying ski masks. So dumb. Their
See what I'm
allegation of murder
saying,
for hire,
gang?
there's no
Like,
money to
that's what I'm
follow. No
talking about,
payment, no
bro.
bounty. There's not a murder for hire when nobody gets paid. Do they have proof of payment, or is it just witness testimony saying, yes, that cash was used to pay us? I feel like that's literally all they have. They've been showing like Dirk with large sums of cash, and they're like, this is how he does it. But they're like, do you have anything besides witness testimony to say he paid them with that cash? Probably not. All right, now Dee Dee's lawyer said this. Dee Dee's not cooperating. He's one of the defendants. Quote unquote, OTF Jam is eager to kill Quando Rondo. Jam is angry that Mr. Wilson, OTF DD, is not participating. DD did not admit to a crime. quote unquote. His lawyer Craig Hardball said during his opening statements. Machine Gun Kelly is there? Bizarre. What is happening? I didn't even know they were friends. I'm going to read some of this Rolling Stone article to see if I missed anything. Durk sat at his defense table as his lawyer Marissa Goldberg said Kayvon Grant was initially identified by authorities as the one in charge of the deadly shooting. Interesting. She said when authorities busted down Grant's door, he realized his only way out was to minimize his involvement and give them someone bigger. They were pressing him about big fish, and he thought, oh man, I've got an insurance policy. She said Grant, who worked for Durk at his music management company, Astronaut
Insurance
Sounds,
policy is
had access
crazy,
to a
bro.
company credit card and told investigators that he had booked travel for the group alleged hitman at Banks' direction. Goldberg said that account was false. Durk wasn't there, blah, blah, blah. Grant was the only one to organize the deadly ambush at the center of the trial for his own reasons. He was the one who bought the shooter's black ski mask at REI. REI expensive as fuck. Gotta say, that's like literally one of the most expensive stores.
He's $1 million
And it's
niggas,
modern
bro.
in there. You know they got cameras everywhere. Why are you buying masks at REI, bro?
$1 million
You know they got
niggas are
cameras in there.
just
Like, what are we
fucking
doing? And
stupid at
procured the
times,
plane
though,
tickets,
bro.
hotel
Like,
accommodations, and
fuck is
vehicles.
this, bro?
Banks, 33, is pled not guilty. Okay. Prosecutors say the hitman stalked Bowman in LA, ambushed him at a gas station, blah, blah, blah. Goldberg said Monday that Grant had the deepest personal motive, noting that his father and King Von's father went back decades, making their sons extraordinarily tight. Grant personally managed King Von in Atlanta and was the one who frantically rushed him to the hospital as the rapper was bleeding out. Goldberg said that Grant was traumatized when the beloved performer died and was left floundering in the aftermath. He was the one consumed by the urge to strike back, she argued, whereas Banks channeled his anger and frustration into his artwork. Prosecution says it's about revenge, stalking, and premeditated murder. Oh, surveillance video of the Brazen Daylight shooting. Yikes. Banks and his two co-defendants at trial, Didi and Brown Eyes, separately traveled to LA along with other men involved in the shooting to hunt and kill Quando. We know all this. Jurors held text message Banks sent Grant on August 18th, the day before the shooting in LA, in which he wrote, "Don't book no flights," under names involved with me. We've known about that text. Weiner said Banks had learned Quando was visiting LA and had determined it was time to get it back at him, and while he was vulnerable, fish out the water in a city not his of his own. Prosecutor saying fish out the
Well, my
water. That
thing
is
is like,
crazy.
okay, like you could say that shit just to make them look bad, and that's basically what the prosecution is gonna do. Like, no matter what, they want to make you look as worse as they want to demonize you. That's their job. Their job is to make you look like the worst nigga that ever walked the planet. You know what I'm saying? And convince the jury that you have the character that's capable of doing this, and then they try to combine that shit with the evidence, and yeah, bro, got a guilty conviction. So, I mean, they gonna say that, but like, under what basis though are they saying like, he learned Quando was in LA? Because I'm with you when you're right, bro. I'm on your ass when you're wrong, though. Feel me? So I'm not just gonna say like, yeah, this shit is stupid as hell, but like, where they get that from? You know what I'm saying, like, how do they know that?
Weiner told jurors the evidence would show the Banks was the one consumed with revenge, and they deployed Jam as one of the shooters. Okay, so Jam was a shooter. He then pointed to the group text message from August 4th, 2023, in which Banks allegedly warned others that Hester, or Jam, could not be trusted. Jam ready to snitch, he gonna tell soon. As long as we don't break, they can tell him whatever. Blah, blah, blah. The judge
Jam, get
previously
out that
ruled
jam.
jurors can hear lyrics from Banks' songs, Piss Me Off and Who Wants Smoke and Aha. Don't respond to Show with Vine. I'm like, fuck it. You trip and go get your gun. They dropping locations. I'm getting it done. Fuck tweeting. We sliding. The feds are coming. The jurors
Tell you,
hearing that,
bro.
crazy. All right, that's it for opening.
Fucking tell you, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Like, nigga, let me see what the comments saying, bro. Like, why would I commit a murder or plan a murder and then make a song about it? Okay. And then be surprised when I get shamed up. Okay, they're not cousins. I mean, yeah, that's how it be though, you know? Sometimes you have cousins that are not really your cousins. Um, you'll never see a federal case live. Yeah, like, you know, it would be nice for the shit to be televised for sure. This is what I'm saying. This is why I'm gonna leave this shit on fact. You feel me? Imagine making it out to hood only to stay caught up in the same hood bullshit, then getting told on by your own homies from the same hood, possibly spending the rest of your life in prison. Streets are not worth it. I'm saying I need to take that shit. Shout out to what you call it, Patrick the Star. Yeah, shout out to that nigga, man. Like, look, bro, that shit is dumb as hell, bro. Imagine, bro, you worked so hard You work so damn hard, bro, to get to where you at. You got everything in the palm of your hands. You throw that shit away just to appease to your older self. Yeah, all right, bro.